Well, good evening, Lake Orion. Hope you're having a splendid day. My name's Ian Witherspoon. I'm your host, and I am Between Taorminas. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having just a marvelous start to the week. I know I sure am. How about you guys?
You know, I'm going to introduce to you a new board here called the Sammy Board 2.0, which will help
All right,
me
you're done
analyze
talking.
my stuff.
Ant, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Ian. How are you doing
Good,
today?
good.
Wonderful.
You're
Good.
terrible.
Why?
Because you wouldn't let me introduce my board.
No one
Board
wants to see your
2.0.
stinky board. What is your board all about?
It's sort of like what they do on Around the Horn, except I'm going to give them reasons.
Okay.
On air.
Reasons for what?
You'll see.
Okay. I'm scared.
Okay. You're scared?
I'm scared.
You're just scared.
I'm scared.
All right, let's go, Lions.
All right, what are we talking about? The Lions?
Yep.
The Lions.
Boy, they're going to the Super Bowl. Am I right or what?
According to the, I call this board now the Pink Panther board, which I look at here. I'm gonna have the reasons why the Lions are not gonna be going to the playoffs, and here it is as we speak. As you take a look here, I think the Lions are gonna be 8-8. I think the Lions, they were penalized 11 times. They got no discipline, and then also Ndamukong Suh is gonna get suspended, and also the Lions had 4 touchdowns called back. So that just tells me that these analysts I've worked so hard on, and I think the Lions are going to be an 8-8 team this year.
You put hard work into that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, God.
You did.
Whoo. Wow. Okay. Well, let's go down here. 11 penalties.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Yes, it is.
That's a big problem.
They're not disciplined.
They're not disciplined.
Nope.
Can they become disciplined?
No.
Why?
Because they are one of the worst penalized teams in the league.
Yes.
Because they get a lot of these called on them. You know what that is, right?
Holding.
Yep. They get a lot of those.
They get a lot of these called on them.
Yep. Personal fouls. That's why I don't think, and a lot of people call this team a bunch of thugs. They're a bunch of thugs because Ndamukong Suh is not disciplined. Nick Freley's not disciplined. That whole team is not disciplined. And wait till they get all the pass interference calls against them.
How many interceptions did the defense have?
Last night?
Yeah.
They had
3.
3.
Okay. How many yards did Adrian Peterson rush for after his first run?
Less than 100.
15 yards
Yeah.
on 17 carries.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him. They shut him down pretty
Well,
much.
the first play of the series really described how the Lions defense is going to be this year.
You think that is their
What
defense
they do
this
in
year
the second half.
versus that one play versus the whole rest of the game? You
Yep.
think that's
Yep.
Why?
They're
How-
not disciplined.
How come he couldn't run the ball the rest of the game?
They're not disciplined because Christian Ponder decided to be a selfish quarterback.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
What?
Just wait till they have to deal with a quarterback when they deal with Aaron Rodgers, Jay Cutler, Eli Manning. You got Tony Romo. You
Joe
got
Flacco.
RG3, Joe Flacco. Yep.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. You know they're gonna all expose the Lions' secondary woes.
Okay, they're
How
secondary.
about Reggie Bush with his
Wait.
credit to
Hang
him?
on. We're still on defense.
Okay.
Let's get to Bush in a second, though, because that's a good one. Their secondary's improved from last year, okay? They got Glover Quinn, upgrade. Louis Delmas, if he can stay healthy, upgrade. Darius Slay, he's young, but he can be an upgrade. Linebackers look better. Front 4 looked really good. None of this is encouraging to you.
None.
Why?
Because if you look
All
at
right,
it,
shut up. Do you think any of that's encouraging to you at all? The
I
defensive
think
side of
that
the ball?
it's a sign. I think that it's a sign. Obviously, if the Lions can keep their composure on defense,
They need
they
aggression.
can be a special. Yes, but
They're going nowhere without that aggression.
But they need to be. They can be aggressive, but they need to be, in situation disciplinary
The
aggressive.
stupid penalties are what's going to cost them.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's why
And
I
I
think
think
No
a lot of
penalty
that
is
goes
good,
with-
but-
a lot of that goes with youth and experience. I think that the Lions are more than capable of becoming. Dominican Suey's never been a leader up to this point in the NFL.
And he had a really bad penalty yesterday.
He had
A
a
really
really bad
stupid
And
penalty.
that is why he will get suspended again.
I don't think
he'll
he's
get
getting
2 game
suspended.
suspension.
I don't think he's getting
He'll
I
get
don't
suspended.
think
2
he's
game
going to get
suspension.
suspended,
He's
but
gonna
I
get
did
fined.
hear the Vikings player who he hit said that Sue should be suspended. And that's
Wow.
very disturbing.
Well, I don't know. That's
He'll get suspended 2 games.
okay. That's
He's
your
already
tip.
been suspended once.
Right.
Yep.
Watch your Pink Panther there. All right. So defensively, we disagree. No surprise there. Let's talk about the offense. You're going to be quiet for a minute. You said Reggie Bush. The game plan for Calvin Johnson, and that opens a lot of holes up for Reggie Bush. Do you think teams are going to continue to play the Lions like the Vikings did, or are they going to find a way to shut down Bush?
I think that the focal point is going to be Calvin Johnson, and they're going to they want if they're a defense, you're going to want to prove what Reggie Bush has, and Reggie Bush pretty much came back to old form last week or yesterday against the Vikings. But the Vikings are not the greatest of defenses.
No.
But I think that it's a good. I think that, compared to the other defenses they're going to see, Reggie Bush is not. I think that Reggie Bush is going to. He needs to stay healthy first off, because he did injure his thigh a little bit. He did injure his thumb a little bit.
For the first time in my life, though, not in my life, for the first time since I was a wee lad, I saw something on the offensive side of the ball that I haven't seen from the Lions.
A rushing game.
A rushing game. And you know what opened it up? Some meat on the line. The line created some big holes.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Defense-
even you, I know you're blind and everything, but you had to see that, right?
Defenses had to are going to adjust to Reggie Bush. Arizona, I think, will not adjust to Reggie Bush. But I think Green Bay, Chicago, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Washington, Philly, Dallas, and the New York Giants are going to adjust to Reggie Bush. Because if you look at it here, the Lions are going to have to deal. Teams are going to have to deal with it, sure. But, they're going to eventually going to have a tall DB guarding Calvin Johnson. I think if you look at it here, the Lions could be in deep trouble if they don't develop a second receiver.
Ever the voice of doom and gloom.
Yeah.
So the O-line
Yes.
didn't impress you at all?
Nope.
Nothing.
Because of this.
Because of what? Holding? How many holding penalties were there?
There was, out of the 11 penalties, at least 6 of them.
No, I don't know the stats, but that I will surely tell you you're wrong. What about Riley Reif and the way he handled Jared Allen? No love. Nothing.
No love.
Did you see Jared Allen do anything yesterday?
He only made 1 tackle.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who do you give credit to for that?
I give credit to Matthew Stafford.
None to
None.
Riley Reif,
None
the
to
man
Riley
guarding his
Reif.
blind side.
Nope.
What about Bell scoring all those touchdowns and doing
Joyce
that
Bell,
dance?
anything for you?
He did this a couple times.
Yeah, okay. That's all you take away from that?
That's all I take
Nothing
away
from his game.
from his game. He's a good, nice little compliment to Reggie Bush.
Oh, God. All right, Arizona next week, out west. Lions have a hard time winning there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got for
They
me?
will win.
You would think the Lions will win?
Yep,
Really?
they will win.
Score?
17-14.
Well, that sounds like a boring game.
I think Arizona, unfortunately, the Lions need to start winning at home first. I think Arizona's going to win this game 31-14.
Eesh.
With
Ouch.
doom and gloom.
We're not on a break yet. You can't start lounging here already. Come on. You're
Yep.
still on camera, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, all right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk a little Lake Orion Dragons football right here on Between Taorminas. Back to Between Taorminas here on Orion Neighborhood Television. And boys, what are you drawing?
I'm right now working on my board here. Yep. Yes. Yep. Okay.
What does that mean? You're working on your
You're going to
board.
find out in a minute.
All right. So the Dragons played a football game at home against Bob Dowd's Troy Athens Seahawks, whatever they're called.
Red Hawks.
Yeah, okay. And as advertised, it was a blowout. Correct?
Well, yeah, 40-7.
That's 33 points. That's more than 4 touchdowns. That's a blowout. Okay. But what did you predict the score to be there, Sam?
I think it was going to be 70-20.
Am I bugging you here?
Nope.
No? You're okay?
Yep.
You can draw and talk and be on a TV
you
show?
gotta look at what happened here with the Dragons. The Dragons look pretty good. You know what I mean? I thought offensively, I thought they looked sloppy, but you know what? The last 2 games, I'm doing a stat here according to my Pink Panther 2.0 board. Lake Orion Dragons offense has scored a total of 75 points, which is on average 37.5 points per game, whereas the defense has allowed 37 points and allowed 18.5 points per game. So it's very interesting here. The offense looks sloppy. They looked really sloppy, I thought. You know, they gave up a touchdown, a return for a touchdown on a fumble by Maine. But if you were to look at it here, they just took care of business.
Cool.
I think Troy Athens played a lot better than they did in this game than they did against Warren Mott, despite the touchdown.
Despite scoring 1
Right.
touchdown?
I also, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, it's going to be interesting seeing where Troy Athens goes from here. I do think that the Dragons are simply just better right now than Troy Athens. And you look at going into, this is the last time Troy Athens has beaten Lake Orion was in 2000. So it's been 13 years since that. So if you look at that matchup, it's, and Athens has had some pretty good teams going into those games against Orion, and Troy Athens hasn't been able to come out on top.
Right.
So you look, you got to give a lot of credit where credit's due. The Dragons with their offensive running attack, the defense played well. I think that last week they learned it was a learning experience playing against Oxford. Though to be honest, Oxford is a better team than Troy Athens. So, but I think that that this was a good game for the Dragons to learn, and I think that hopefully we'll see what happens.
At some point, it's going to get boring, huh? Playing Athens?
Well, Troy Athens, they have the 4th largest enrollment in the state. I mean, you got to see what they
What do you chalk it up to? A bad program run by a bad man named Bob Dowd, or what?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Bob Dowd is a great man for that matter. But
I've heard you say different before.
yes, but also he runs a very good program over at Troy Athens. Anyway, what I thought Troy Athens, I was very impressed by their tight end Lucas Pizarro, who's going to Western Michigan next year. I thought he had the touchdown that they scored, but also he made some nice plays on him. I think that you look at Troy Athens, they have a quarterback situation controversy with Muscat and Nelson. I just think that right now Troy Athens is struggling right now. But with Lake Orion right now, they're just holding serve.
I think Lake Orion, obviously, the quarterback situation's been resolved for now. The running game is pretty good. It's really good right now. The passing game, I think that but it's still a work in progress. I mean, as a whole, for the team as a whole.
Connor Gray had 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdown passes.
It's
an encouraging sign right there.
Yes, it is.
It's an encouraging sign. But I'll be curious to see how he does against some. Tough competition, especially with Stony Creek and Clarkson. Stony Creek next week.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's going to be tough. And then you got Clarkson in a few weeks. Then the crossover.
How was the crowd on Friday night? Student section. What'd you guys think? They do their job?
I think the student section as a whole, obviously a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I think the student section can be better. I think the student section, and hands off student section, bottom line is you were good, but not
great.
The best. I think you could be a lot better.
Nothing like the fall of 05, huh?
Oh, there will be there's no comparisons between the years from 03
I thought
to
the
about...
student section was much better than in recent years. I think that if you look at, like when the game was out of hand, they did their thing. You know what I mean?
The dancing thing.
But But,
My question
my question is going to be is how are they going to be in a big game scenario? The question that is to be determined, especially at home, especially in a crossover type scenario where you might have to deal with Oak Park.
Are they gonna celebrate like they did last year with Harrison when the Dragons were trailing, or are they going to?
2 years ago.
Are they gonna focus and get into the game like you would normally expect out of a student section? That's the question.
Remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen.
Any other noteworthy items from the Athens game?
Well, Lake Orion's 2-0. You know what I mean? They're right now they're ranked in the state. I think they're 9th in the state right now in Division 1. So we'll find out what they'll be in 2 weeks when they play Stony Creek.
All right. What, you got an off week this week?
No, they play.
Who do you got?
Play this week. They play West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield is a very athletic team.
Pat Caputo
They've
calling
got
that
a lot
one?
more. They got a lot more depth than they've had in past years. This is not a bad team. They beat Jackson earlier in the year, though Jackson's not very good. They were up
They
on
lost
Clarkson.
their quarterback this week.
They were up on Clarkson 12-7, but then lost.
They lost their quarterback, Christian Jackson. He got hurt this week.
Well, what if he plays?
We're not certain if he's going to be 100% for this game because he got hurt in the game with Clarkston. I mean, I understand Clarkston had a good defense this year, yeah. But here's the thing with them. Here's the thing. Christian Jackson is the key to West Bloomfield's success. If he's not there, they struggle. If he's there, I think it's going to be a game for a half.
Okay.
Oh,
All
here's
right.
my projection.
All right, go right ahead. Show that up there.
Here's my projection right here. This is my projection.
Orion and Warner Brothers. Okay, we got it. All
I
right.
think Orion wins big this week.
Another big one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're rolling right along here. We come back. We're going to talk a little Tigers baseball right here on Between Taorminas.
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports Detroit. When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Taorminas or Fox Sports Detroit.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
All right, welcome back to the program here, ladies and gentlemen, where we're going to talk a little Tigers baseball, which is always a great big headache for me, especially when this guy's on the show. Sam, I see you doodling away over there on the...
Here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, whatever that thing's called.
Here's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, yeah, draw
go.
it up.
See? Here's why I think the
Tigers are central in trouble.
Here's why. Because
Why?
Cleveland's coming. Cleveland's been right now, red hot right now. The Tigers have been cold. They just lost 2 or 3 to Kansas City. Their pitching's been non-existent. Justin Verlander's been struggling. Doug Fisk has been struggling. I know they got Max Scherzer tonight against Chicago, and he lost. The Tigers have been struggling recently. Cabby's not been hitting. Prince has not been hitting. The only logical player that's been hitting right now is Victor Martinez. And Torrey Hunter's in a terrible slump.
Okay.
Yeah.
No argument. Cleveland's not coming, though. The Tigers are fine.
Cleveland is coming.
And breath of fresh air, please.
I think that the Tigers are just fine. I think that
They're in a slump. It happens, especially when you're killing people.
In September.
It happens.
September, they're in trouble.
No, they're
They're
not
in trouble.
It's
Cleveland
early September.
is 5.5 back.
So what? 5.5.
popcorn.
Huh?
I'm enjoying watching you do
Cleveland is 5.5 back right now, and they're right, and they still gotta play. I mean, like they got Kansas City tonight. You gotta look at here. If the Tigers don't take at least 2 or 3 in Chicago, they are in deep trouble. And they still gotta play the Seattle Mariners, a team that's giving the Tigers fits. if you want to know. Yep.
Oh,
So I just think if you
all
look
right,
at-
fine. They play Seattle at home, though. Okay? That's a different story when the Tigers
they
played
were
home.
swept at home by Seattle.
That was last year when the Tigers won the division by 3 games. And at this point last year, they were behind. Correct?
Yeah.
Last year was a way different story, my friend. How many games up are they? How many games over 500 are they? What's the record? 82 and 60
and 60
something?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay. They're still doing just fine. They're still doing
They're
just
done.
fine. They're done?
They're done.
They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to make the Cleveland
They're
is.
not playoffs. I think
Okay.
you're not crazy.
Yeah, you're gosh darn
Cleveland will
crazy.
make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, you better hope so, or else you're not going to be on the show anymore. And you don't get to eat at Olive Garden. And Slump, what do you think they do against Chicago?
I think that they're going to take 2 out of 3.
They got to.
Yeah.
They got to, they got to knuckle down and they got to do
Dominance
it.
on the Central still.
Chicago sucks. The city and the team both
They have
suck.
Adam Dunn, Paul Konerko. They have Alejandro De Aza, Alexei Ramirez. I can see Chicago taking 2 or 3 in the series.
Tigers have Austin Jackson, Torrey Hunter, Miguel Cabrera, Prince Fielder, and Victor Martinez, and Rod Allen, okay, who blows Hawk Harrelson right out of the Windy City.
I think Chicago takes 2 or 3 this series.
Fine. I think you suck. Just like Chicago.
You be quiet.
Yeah. Why don't you move to Cleveland or Chicago?
Ian is the next person from Chicago.
Why don't you move to Cleveland? Where you can beat your drum with that one guy.
With Paul Adams.
All right, while Ian and Sammy calm down, I'll just do my call out.
All right, call somebody out.
All right. When I look at the OA as a whole, I watch how Lake Orion, Clarkston, then I see how Southfield, Oxford, Harrison, Adams, Oak Park, etc. I'm looking at how, why aren't they going back to success divisions? Oakland Activity Association. Why? Simple. Look, I think you got to look at it from a business perspective. I can understand that you want to go back you want as many teams as possible in the playoffs, but at the same time, you got to look at what fans want, and fans want divisions based upon what team success is. OAA, especially for football, when you reconvene after the season, I would take a look at do you want this? Do you want the seasons to be based on success, enrollment? I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Well, my first call out I'm going to call out is the NFL, is the referees of the Lions game. What? It's not my fault! It's not your fault why you have to do this to the Lions every time, or do a stupid personal foul penalty. I don't know what you are! You were terrible in the city of Detroit! You're a shame! Who are you? I don't know what you're doing! You're just screwing the Lions around. You and your pretty little boy, Roger Goodell, trying to screw around the Detroit Lions and the Motor City Kitty Cats. Oh, wait, that's the Tigers. That's the Tigers. That's not... Okay. And then my last call here is, of course, you look at my new Pink Panther 2.0 board. My last call, you're going to see it right here. What? I invite you to come on.
Twice.
You don't show up.
Either time.
And I'm crying about it. Why? First one I'm going to say. Second time, why? Who are you? I don't know what to say. I can't believe this. I'm saddened. I have to throw my glasses here.
I'll take him.
There's always next time.
Would you welcome him if he came on?
I don't know.
I mean,
I would.
I don't know. You're hurt.
I would.
I'm hurt.
You're hurt.
I don't know.
That's it?
I think so. Oh, hold on.
Oh, what are we going to drop next?
Yeah, what are we going to drop next?
Hold on. Yep. So, let's see. Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
What?
You suck.
How do I suck?
I don't know. You're just born that way, I guess. What are you drawing there, bud?
What are you drawing there?
No one can read that.
Here we go, everybody.
All right, Looney Tunes.
Here we go. All right. See you later, everybody. That's all, folks.